Got it.
If you do a proper containment strategy, you will definitely optimize the cost. Probably cost may not be a factor for few of the companies, but the
So, getting into the specifics of the subject. So, high potent drug manufacturing fundamentally shifts the risk paradigm from product to the operator to the environment, right? So, how do you define these strategies and at what stage are these defined, and how you set the OEL limits and all of it? How do you actually get into the specifics at the start?
So basically, the OEL limit of the molecule or a product is defined by the toxicologist. So that is already defined once the molecule is developed.
Okay.
We take it from there. So as you correctly mentioned, that for the high potent manufacturing, the important is also the personal and environment. In the GMP aspect, the product has to be protected. In high potent product has to be protected, but in this case, you have to protect the person as well as the environment. So start with the risk assessment based on the OEL level, which is defined by the toxicologist. So once you define the OEL level, we form the OEB band and then do the detailed risk assessment at each unit operations, and then accordingly define the containment needs in terms of whether it is isolators or split walls or wraps or whatever it comes for that manufacturing operations.
So you said the limits are set by the toxicologist, right? So is it in consensus or consulted with the consulting firm, or is it done by the manufacturer itself, drug manufacturer itself?
No, there is no need to have a consulting firm into this picture because it is based on the effect of a molecule on the body.
Okay.
So it is toxicologists who define this effect.
Okay.
So OEL is basically defined in microgram per meter cube at 8 hours of operation. So what is the impact of that product in that particular time, which can have adverse effect. So it is basically a scientific way of defining the OEL. So it is not defined based on any consulting firm or thing. It's based on the molecules and its impact on the body and the adverse effect on the body.
So it becomes a part of the blueprint when it is given to the consulting firm, right?
It is a part of the blueprint when the product is developed at that stage, and then when it is passed to the consulting firm to take it forward for the design of the facility.